What's up, guys? Today we're playing Epic 7, and today we're playing on a subscriber account ran into trouble. I've been playing on this account for exactly 9 days now. In the last video, we stripped all of the heroes, went over a lot of equipment, and started building from the ground up. Today, we're going to show you exactly how far I've gotten in 9 days, playing, a few hours a day. It's average gameplay. It's nothing too crazy, but I'm still happy with the progress, so let's go in and take a look. So let's start off today's video in the Sanctuary. People do ask me about the Sanctuary quite often, where I spend my points, and why. So we're going to talk about each one of these buildings and why I spend my points in certain places. First of all, we're going to go into High Command. I like the 111. This will unlock the 1 XP Hunt and the 1 XP War Mission. These are the hardest currencies to get. You have to get them through Arena or get them through the Labyrinth. And so I do recommend getting these. And the 1 XP is a 1 to 10 ratio, which is the best ratio. Now, what I like to do is I will choose to have heroes that need XP that have a 10% or a 6% buff. This means that, I'm always maxing out these heroes. I am going to use them in the future. You don't know who's going to get a specialty change or who might get buffed in a balanced patch. And so I like to get the free XP if I can. Also, having these people maxed out is going to help in your guild boss, in your world boss, because you're going to put some gear on them. Even if you're not using these heroes, some leftover gear. That way you can score higher and higher in that guild boss and get more points. So I choose to go with a 111. Now, if you go to the Steel Workshop, I do craft quite a lot, and so I choose to max this out to max out my chances of crafting, getting gear, and not running out of resources. Going in Alchemist Steeple, I go with a 0, 2, and 3. Now I choose to do this because at level 3, we're crafting catalysts and exclusive equipment and modification gems. This account not swimming in catalysts, I'm not going to be converting for a very long time. I choose just to farm the catalysts that I need instead of converting them from other catalysts because I don't want to lose out on the catalyst conversion, right? So I just choose to go with a 2 here, but if you choose to go with a 3, we're going to talk about that a little bit later and where you might be able to gather a point. I also choose to max out the Heart of Orbis. Having premium currency, very important in any game that you play. You're going to need this currency to burn through energy on like a hunt buff day, or you're going to need it to refresh your Garo shop so you get currency, bookmarks to get more heroes. So very important. I try and max out my premium currency, and this is a great way to do it. Now, I've been playing this game 9 days. I started with 4,562. I'm at 10,376. So we are building up this account. I did cheat just a little bit because it's the new year. They gave us 1,000 Skystones free, but still, I did some work. I got like 4 or 5,000 Skystones on my own. I also got some gold. I started with about 6 million. I got to 20 million. Then I spent 15 million. Now I'm back to 13 million. So we are getting quite a lot of resources, but gold, not as hard as it used to be to get. Coming into Force of Souls, I choose to max this out 3, 3, and 3. This gives me the most benefit for the Force of Souls, which is very important for your Stigma to make more level 60 heroes and also to get gold. But now someone asked me, why didn't I go with a 2 in the Soul Isle extension? And that got me thinking, is that the best route? What do I give up by taking a point out of the Soul Isle extension? And so we're going to talk about that today. Now, assuming that you collect this every single day, you can collect the penguin nest and the spirit well up to twice a day, but let's assume that you're collecting it once per day. This means that 365 days a year, you're going to miss out on 365 penguins and also 365 spirit blooms. Now, assuming that we get these rates, and in my recent video, I spent 1 million stigma and I got pretty much these exact same rates, that we're going to get 256 level 1 penguins, 99 level 2 penguins, and 11 of the level 3 penguins. So if I were to sell these for gold now, you would get about 3.9 million gold. We're also going to miss out on the Spirit Blooms. Now these convert at a 25-to-1 ratio between the lesser and the epic, which means that we'll miss out on about 14, which is, I don't know, about 75% or so of a 6-star hero. So not quite a full 6-star hero. Now you can collect this twice a day, which means that you will sacrifice 7.8 million gold and 28 of the epic blooms. And that is the cost of having one less point into Soul Owl Extension. It's not too bad, but there is a slight cost. Now, if we come into the heart of Orbis, someone did ask me this as well. Why not put 2 points into your Benedictory Sanctum? And that is a great question as well. And that got me thinking, what does 3 points here actually mean? Well, if we had 0 points, we can expect to get about 13.1 million gold per year and 3,285 of the Sky Stones. Coming down to level 2, now we have that 35% chance. That brings us to 22 million gold and 5,558 Sky Stones. Coming to level 3, this gets us about 26.3 million gold and 6,588 Sky Stones. So what's the difference between level 2 and level 3? Well, it's about 4 million gold and 1,004 Sky Stones. So for me, it's very important to get that premium currency. So I do want to have a maxed out Heart of Orbis. But if you really wanted to come into your Alchemist Steeple and you really wanted to get number 3, where can we get that extra Heart of Orbis? Well, the best thing would be for Smilegate just to give us one more. That's it. I need one more, and I will be super happy. All I need, Breath of Orbis. Give me one more, anywhere, somewhere. One more. That's it. It's not a lot to ask. We wouldn't have to make this tough choice. But if it were me, in my opinion, you should go level 2 in the ingredient storage, and then level 3, or excuse me, level 2 here, and then level 3 in the laboratory. Now, you will have to sacrifice a little bit. A level 2 means that, like on your equipment conversion, you're going to have to come in and spend a little bit more. Do I have anything I can convert? Here we go. I think you would need like 100 and something. There it is. However many that is, that's how many you would need. But I think that, getting a little bit more materials to do equipment conversion, which we don't do a ton of, is worth more than 1,000 Sky Stones that we're missing, or more than 3.8 or 7.8 million gold per year. I think that is the best thing. I probably do, I don't know, 50 of these a year. It's not a ton, and so missing out on a little bit of extra materials, I think, is much better than missing out on all that premium currency. Let's go now into reputation. I have 47 quest or reputation quests that I finished. I started with 40,945. I'm at 41,825 now, and I have all of these unclaimed quests here that were able to be completed. I don't know what you call them. Are they quests? Are they achievements? They're something. But really, what I want to focus on today is enhanced artifacts and enhanced artifact skills. We see this is level 7 and level 17. I think these both go to 30, and it's going to be a very important way for us to generate now a little bit of gold. Sure, a little bit of gold, but really what I want is I want to come in and get more of these silver transmit stones. So let's go ahead and do that. And for that, we're going to have to go into the summoning area, and we are coming down into Friendship Summit. Now you can get the friendship summoning tokens in the shop by converting your friendship points, and we're going to go ahead and just start to summon some of these. This is going to help you because it's going to give you some of these 2-star heroes. You see here that we have some of these monsters. They're not heroes, they're monsters, right? We have some of these. We're filling up the journal, and that will finish up other achievements or whatever as we go forward. But that's not really why we're here. We're coming in here now to get those monsters to release, because that's going to give us even more stigma. I do like this. I feel like it was overshadowed or not talked about when we go to Hero Transmission. We have a button now. This is so amazing. Select 2-star It doesn't say what it is. They're monsters. I don't care. You get 960. Now, what you can also do, I had talked about this previously, is that you can come in and you can go to your 2 stars. You can pick one. You can level it up. Okay, we're going to level it up all the way. We're going to then promote it. It costs us 10,000 gold to promote it. Plus, you know, a couple of those penguins that we used. Now we can transmute it, and look at that. Now we get the same amount of, well, a little bit more gold. We get the same amount of stigma, but now we get 4 lesser spirit blooms. This is the most efficient way that you can come in and get a lot of benefit from your 2-star monsters, but it does take some time to do it, so it is kind of annoying. Maybe that's not something that you really want to practice. It's something that I kind of got out of just because it takes so much time and I don't have forever to play. But if you really want to min max, I do think that it's worth it. That's not why we're here. Yes, this is a benefit from your friendship points, but what we want to do is we want to come in and look at our 2-star, 1 and 2-star artifacts. So this is going to be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and what are we going to do? Let's go grade down. There we go. Now, the reputation that we want to farm is enhancing artifacts and also enhancing artifact skills. So what we're going to do is put 2 into it just like that. Very nice. Now that gave us 2 enhances. It doesn't matter if you enhance them one at a time or you put 2 in at the exact same time. It gave us 2 enhances, and it also gave us 1 enhanced skill. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to use that as material. So we see our 3-star right here, or a +3. When you put a +3 1-star into a no pluses 1-star, it's always going to generate a +3. So now we get 1 more enhance and 1 more skill. Now we can just keep doing that pretty much forever. We're going to go in one at a time, just like this. And after not too long, we should start to see that we're getting more and more reputation. Now you can do it with your 1-stars, you can do it with your 2-stars as well. But what you want to make sure is that your 1-star goes into other 1-stars or your 2-stars go into other 2-stars. If I then take this 1-star and put it into a 2-star, it's not going to take me to +3. And so that's important because we're not going to get that skill. Your skill enhance will appear at that +3 mark, not at +2. Sometimes you can get a good or a great taking you to a +5 or a +6, but really it does not matter. We're just going to keep doing this until we fill up on that reputation. It should be down here somewhere. Did I miss it? There it is. So weird. I don't know why it appears that way. I guess because I set it to acquisition? I don't know. Let's go into 2-star and I'll show you exactly what I mean. If we come down to the 2-star here, let's go to maybe grade. Is grade going to help me? It's down here somewhere. +6. The +6 will give me a +3. So a +3 1-star into a 2-star will not always equal that +3, which is really what we want. That's really what we're after. So take your +2s, go into it with the +2, then take this +2 and go into another +2. You see there, increase your artifact skill. And this way you can really front load a lot of that reputation to get your silver transmit stones. This is going to be important for you because you want the silver transmit stones to be able to collect Molagora every single week. You also use them to get your conversion chest. Very important, especially for endgame, but you can never start too early.
I have lots
We
of
want
good
to come
wares.
in
Take your
to
time.
the Transmit Stone Shop. We want to buy the Molagora. 2 Molagora. Everyone complains they don't have any Molagora. Here they are. come and get them. Also, make sure that you buy the equipment conversion chest. For some of you new players, you're probably going to want to come in and buy the ego fragments as you can afford them, and the spirit bloom. Now, if you have a lot, then I do like to buy the artifact charms because you never have enough artifact charms. And as you go, you're going to need a ton of these to max out a lot of the 4 and 5-star artifacts that you're going to get. For the gold transmit stones, you should only be buying the galaxy bookmarks. Now, if you have Zeo, Bellion, or Archie Mercedes, or Straws, then you're going to also be able to buy their memory imprints here at 10 each. Not as important as getting more of your galaxy, your Moonlight heroes, right? So this is what I recommend. Now, at some point, you're going to have a lot of these Moonlight heroes, and maybe you can take a break, start to farm out the imprints, but I think that it's most important to come in and get the galaxy bookmarks. Now, while we're here, take advantage of your free things. Bottle of Knowledge is a free 5-star artifact imprint, and it works on limited and collaboration. Every day, you should be buying the energy and the flags. I also come in and I make sure that I buy this as well, and I always keep one just to make sure that I can buy the energy and the flags the next day. I don't buy the experienced penguins. Everything that I buy has to do with the friendship summons. Coming down into here, you should only be using your ancient coins for these charms. I started with 188 ancient coins. In 9 days, I now have 2,153. Very important. We're going to buy this a little bit later. I think I'm going to do some enhancing, but only buy charms. And then coming down into conquest points, every single week, make sure you're buying the Molagora. You must be Challenger 5 or more to be able to buy everything out in one season. That means the frame, the unknown slate, and also all of the pieces of gear. Now, if you are really doing a lot of arena, if you're really winning, you're going to get a lot of these conquest points. I had 3,146. Now I have 5,152 in just 9 days. Very, very important. I'll flash it up on the screen. I'm on the European server, and I don't know, it's super easy. I know you guys play and you try your best, but I have had no problem so far in the European server. Normally in global, by the time I hit gold, I would probably be losing a few. I got 78 wins in a row. And now I'm in Masters, 29 wins in a row again. I haven't lost. 100% win streak over the course of 9 days. Maybe it's a fluke. I don't know. I'm just using basic heroes, but I'm running into just a lot of weak or defenses that have no gear, and so it's not because I'm skillful. It's because I haven't run into the good players yet. I guess somewhere around Challenger is when I'll run into them, but huge win streaks give you huge conquest points, and make sure you're doing your NPC challenges as well. That way you get the conquest points, but you also get that free currency. Very, very important. That way you can get more and more heroes or more and more energy to farm out more gear. Next up, let's go see what kind of progress we've had in the events. Now, I just started farming this one recently. We finished the last one, and now we have 8 days left for our shoe. Now, I'm not really going to summon her because we're going to do that in the selective summon. But as we go through and see all these rewards that we can get, don't forget that this is how you're going to get all of your catalysts. This is how you're getting premium currency. This is how you're getting a ton of materials, and it's definitely worth your time. You're getting everything in the game that you could possibly need to advance. And not a bad 4-star right there. Pretty good. But really, it's the exchange, right? We want to be able to farm out all the catalysts we need to maximize our hero skills to make them plus 15. This is exactly how you're going to do it. I have just a ton of runes all the time. Coming in, getting all these runes, very important. We also see some charms down here, which everyone needs, of course. Not as much on the gift, but the more heroes that you can bring to a 10 friendship, that's 3 free Molagora on a starting 4 and 5-star hero. Need a little bit more, and I can max this out. Let's go now into episode number 3. When I started on this account, they had only finished the very first map and nothing else. So you can see episode number 3, we got all of our star rewards here. Very good. This is going to give us a lot of our um, different kinds of rewards down here. 100 sky stones per level. Super good. You see, I made something around 5,000 sky stones. That'll be another 1,000 sky stones plus 10 of the Molagora. Very important. But we also see something when we finish episode number 3, 1010. If we go into any kind of battle, we're going to see a debuff on Mercedes. Let's go ahead. Do I have her put in? I don't. This is just farming out friendship now. But let's go into Mercedes and we're going to see what she looks like. Do we have to go into a battle? We do, don't we? Oh man. I think you can see this from the hero pool, but it's much easier to see it here. Increase attack by 15%. Increase damage suffered by 10%. Now we don't lose any energy as long as we click yield here, but we want to be able to get rid of that debuff. And the way that we do that is by going into the AP shop and buying out the Mercedes combat data. So you need 400 here. And while we're here, let's go ahead and talk about that. We see level 80 gear. Now you want to come in and buy this, especially as a new player. Level 80 gear will roll the exact same substats as level 85. The only difference is you can't reforge it, but I don't have enough materials to reforge all my gear anyway, and this is going to be good. You can put this on some of your 3-star heroes. You can put it on things like Commander Lorena, or Laika, or Helga, or Camilla. There's a lot of things that we can do with the destruction set, with the HP sets, that are going to be great, and you're going to use them pretty much forever. They might not be end game RTA stuff, right? It can roll very well, but we're going to be slowly replacing this with better and better gear, and you'll have a place to put it for the heroes that you're going to use into your guild battles, into your ancient inheritance, into your world boss. So don't be afraid to pick this up. It only costs 200. Definitely worth it. Make sure to get it in every one of these maps. Now to do that, we have to come into the different nation info where we do all these quests. And of course, I finished every single one of them. 9 days, no problem. We're going to get 4 different fractions. We're going to get 4 different backgrounds. And we're going to get 12 of our silver transmit stones, along with a lot of the reputation. Now, I do like to have these backgrounds. This one isn't my favorite one. Where is it? I think is it Policia? Let's go into Policia. I think that this background is super cool. Wait, I was just there. Not the one I was looking for. Where is it? Maybe it's in Lafundos. This one, pretty cool. Not the one I was looking for, though. Let's see what we have into Wintenburg. Or it might be in the last one. This one, I like this one. I don't know why. Aside from the Abyss frames, I like this one the best. And so definitely worth it to come in, collect all these rewards. Oh, look at that. We get some more Sky Stones. Not too bad. Well, we're going to keep going with this, and then we're going to go ahead and buy out all the different kinds of shops. Well, there we go. That was a ton of clicking, but now you can see we're up to 14 million and 11,614 on our Sky Stones. And this will enable us now to come in and start to buy all that equipment. Now, this person did buy the very first helmet. Very good. Now we're going to start to buy all the rest of this gear. Very good pair of boots. You know, this HP pair of boots And really, the whole HP set, very good on someone like Dark Corvus, right? You want them to be somewhere around about 180, 200 speed, 30k HP, and then like 1200 to 1500 defense. And this is a very good set to put on them. It does have some crit chance. Now, if it does roll crit chance, there are other heroes that you can put that on that will work out very well with the HP base attacking, or to someone you want really tanky like Rem or Violet. You know, even though they're attack based, they still work out very well onto a lot of your really high HP sets. Now, this destruction set surprisingly will work really well onto Mui when you go into your W13 because it does have that effectiveness. Here we go, very last piece, and then we're going to buy the Mercedes Combat Data. Now, when you do this, we're going to try and skip the tutorial here. There we go. But we're able to come into the limited entry. We're able to do this very quick battle. And now we have our upgraded Mercedes with the upgraded artifact as well. End game hero. You must do this. It's definitely worth it. And she's going to improve your account because you can utilize her in pretty much every aspect. Here we go, Automation Tower, level 25. This is one of my very favorite things to do. You build up the devices, and then you get to do major damage. I do usually auto-battle a lot of them, but when it's the major battles, when it's the actual heroes that you're fighting, I do like to do it just because it's so fun. Most of the time, you could just auto-battle, but why? Why when you can have fun? And you know what? There's not a lot of places within the game that allow you to do this much damage. And I don't know, there's something about it that I just love. So I'm not going to make you watch the whole battle. We're going to speed this up. But just know, I'm having a lot of fun right now.
It's too late to back out now. It can't be helped. Let me show you my secret weapon.
So much fun. You just never know what's gonna happen. Sometimes they win out of nowhere. They'll just they'll just come in and whoop you so bad. You have no idea what happened. But we were able to win. And speaking of fun, you know what we're gonna do? You have to know that this is gonna happen. I just I blame you. Really, I blame you. You're the problem. It's not me. We're gonna come in and we are gonna do some summons. Yes, I mean I have to. I have to. That's just the way this works. You want me to come in and fix your account? I'm doing your summons. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go with Ice. Now I have Crow already. I would like to have a shoe here. Can I get a shoe? I don't so far. We get a Furious. He, not really used. They tried to give him an exclusive equipment to make him a little bit better. Kind of fell off in W13. Not really used for anything else. This is probably a Crozet, and it is. Crozet, surprisingly, an amazing tank when it comes to W13. But now we have Brieg, who I think is better. On this account, because I don't have a Brieg, I'm using the Angelica. That was already a 6-star hero, and she's working out pretty good. I am autoing W13 with a level 40 Mui. It's insane. We get nothing, that's okay. We saw Leo there, not as well used as he used to be. You can still pull him into your B13. We see Claudia. I don't even know what she does. But let's hope we're going to get some guaranteed sparks. 2 guaranteed sparks. Come on, fire. Okay. It's a 4-star. It always trips me out. Shuri. Really good. I don't use a Shuri. Finally a 5-star. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, a mage. Who can we? Don't be Bale. Okay, Cowrick. This account already has him. Cowrick, very fast attacker, great in RTA. Not someone I usually use, but still very good addition. That one is going to be an imprint for someone. Let's come now, and we're going to do however many this is, like 7. I can do math, right? 7? Maybe 7? It's probably 7. he has Moonlight Ken, I mean, can we get a
Everything.
Landy? That would be amazing. He has Angel of Light. We don't need that. I don't think I need any more 4-star heroes. Only 5 stars.
Did I leave you waiting too long?
We get Rin, one of the fastest heroes in the game. They recently changed her just a little bit to function a little bit better. She is amazing at stealing buffs and stunning. Really, really good as an opener. But you know what? We have so many openers. Not a lot of folks using Rin, even though she does have some utility. We get Penelope. She looks like she's going to be cool, but then I just can't use her. I don't know why. We get Mersa, the original evasion hero. Let's get. Can I get a? Come on, give me a 5-star. We get Ricorous. Okay, Ricorous. He's another one. Looks amazing. Has a specialty change. I can't use him for the life of me. The problem is obviously me. It has to be. It's me. But I cannot use him. You know what this account needs? It needs a Doris. It needs a Doris. This person had Doris. They trashed her. Doris, amazing healer. Need to have a Doris. Now, Shooting Star Arcades is one of the duo with Euphine, where on one entry you can do the entire labyrinth. Now, it's not something I usually do because it takes like an hour or 2 hours or 4 hours. But when you have a Euphine, infinite invincibility when you use Shooting Star Arcades. Check that out if you haven't already. 3-star, can I get a Doris? Come on, Doris. We don't. We get a Batiste. Not good. Not good. He was good for like 5 minutes, and that was it. We get no 5-star heroes, no usable 4-star heroes for this account. Celeste, one of the fastest heroes in the game, she is very good as an opener as well. Not a hero that I usually use, but still, very good opener if you'd like to use her. Let's take a minute now and go into the Mystic Summon. Now on this one here, he already has Judge Kisei, he already has Bellion. Specimen says not great. Spirit Eye Celine though. I mean, that would be a good thing to have, right? I'd love to have a Spirit Eye Celine. We only have 2 summons though, and we don't get her. Let's go into our heroes and talk about who I built and why. Now this account, when I first started on it, had 32 level 60 heroes. Let's see how many we have now. We have 34, so I've made 2. You know, not awful. One of the heroes I made was Mercedes. She is fantastic, and we're going to put her on her own artifact. Her artifact is so good. This is the only artifact that you need. And as you level it up, you'll get more attack and more HP. But that's going to be a long-term project. Now, what I want to do with Mercedes is I want to eventually move her onto a counter set. I want about 4,000 attack. I want to be about 180 speed or so, 100 crit chance, and around 300 crit damage. But for right now, this Mercedes does work out, and we're going to make her a plus 15. We have a 5-star Airwell. Now, this Airwell doesn't have the specialty change done yet. Believe it or not, I have completed it. I just have not flipped it over. On free gear, we're going to hit over 200% effect resist, and I hope to get somewhere around about 25k HP while being just a little bit slower. But she has built-in combat readiness increase, so that's going to work out. I also made a 5-star Camilla. Now we're going to use her in pretty much everything. She's going to be really great into A13. We put her in a C13. I also use her into the Dark Expedition, or you can use Leica. And I also use her into Hall of Trials. She's an amazing hero. Definitely build her, and you won't regret it. She is on the free attack set for right now with one piece that's not leveled up. Ideally, what I would want, I think I would want to have about 3,000 attack, 85% or more crit chance, 250 crit damage, and then I want to have 90% onto the effectiveness. Actually, I think I'll land 85%. That'll give me a 100% chance to land debuffs against the level 3 Expedition, but I just don't have that kind of gear right now. And I'm also using some of the gear that this person had, which, you know, wasn't too amazing. Next, we have Laika. Laika is another amazing 3-star hero. I have her onto some free gear here. The ring actually turned out pretty good. I have a 100. And the boots turned out pretty good. I have a 94. Anything above a 90 on 88 or 90 gear is better. I like to be as close to 100 as I possibly can, but we're going to build her up over time. Same thing like Camilla. I want to have some attack. I want to be at around 185 speed or less. That way I can take the second turn onto the Dark Expedition boss. I want to have a 100% crit chance. This rest can go into crit damage, and then I want to have 85% effectiveness. Now this is the Mui level 39. I'm actually leveling Mui inside W13. I know I'm a madman. I have him onto the free crit chance and free, what is this? Hit set. Works out pretty good. Same thing, 85% crit chance, 300% crit damage if I can, 65% effectiveness, and then the rest is going to go into attack, and make sure that you put him onto Daydream Joker. I also built out Seaside Bellona. She completely destroyed episode number 3. I also have done it completely with 3-star heroes, so go ahead and check those videos out if you haven't already. This one's actually pretty good. I want 4,000 to 4,400 attack, 185 or so speed is pretty good, 85% or more crit chance, then I want to get close to 300% crit damage. Now I do not have a maxed out drink. You can also use something like Portrait of the Saviors to help you clear that first wave into W13. She's working out pretty good. If you can get to 65% effectiveness, go ahead and do it, but that is the one of the lower concerns. Here we go next with Landy. I've been using her pretty much everywhere to destroy pretty much everything. Now this one is a little bit faster than I like and a little bit more attack than I like. I would rather have somewhere around about 3,500 attack. I like to be somewhere at about 185% speed, and then everything else into crit chance and crit damage. Now she is using a speed pair of boots. I'd like to eventually get her onto either a rage set or a speed set and lower that speed just a little bit. I also don't like her artifact. I'd rather run her on Rosa, but this person doesn't have a Rosa to use. Next, we're using Luna. Now, I built her for the Fire Expedition, and she's working out pretty well. Super easy to build. Exclusive equipment, you must use the #1 exclusive equipment. That way you can get through the Fire Expedition passive phase much easier, but she's very easy to build. I want her at about this speed. Go a lot of attack, a lot of crit damage. If you can get her onto pen set, go ahead and do that, but we're just using the best gear that we have right now. Next up, we have a cigarette as well. This is the W13 cigarette, and she works out just fine. Too much HP, not enough effectiveness, 65% if you can get it, but she's working out well going into the W13. Now this person is using the number two, yeah, yeah, good. #2 exclusive equipment for the 20% chance to inflict bleeding, which is good. What we want is the #3 exclusive equipment. I want to change it to where they activate the extra attack on our S2 much faster. Having extra bleeding on the S1, not as good. So when I have a chance, I'm going to switch that to Smash instead of Sever. So that's going to be coming up pretty soon. Next, we have Adventure Ras. He's on the free HP set. We have not maxed out his ring or his necklace yet. Still, we're getting to 21k. Not too bad. I want to bring him up to about 25k. Now, you can run a faster Ras if you want, but he'll work at 180 speed. And then we're going to use him into Abyss. We're also going to use him as the tank for all of our expeditions right now. So that's the main reason for building Ras. And of course, I used him a lot in episode number 3 and to kill the Bellion boss. Angelica, honestly, I don't usually use Angelica. This one is surprising me. She's surprisingly tanky, at this level, even though the ring is not maxed out yet. I have her onto W13. She's using the number 3 exclusive equipment, and she's also using Prophetic Candlestick. This one isn't bad. I don't normally use Prophetic Candlestick, even on this hero, but they already had a maxed out one, so we're pulling that. Now we get to champion Zerato, one of my very favorite heroes. I'm using this hero with the Tamarin and the Angelica and the Edward to auto battle all of the Hell Raid. He's doing a great job. This is the free level 85% or level 85 lifesteal gear. I actually don't recommend building this gear because it cannot be reforged. The level 88 gear is amazing. The level 85, the one that says Gavalites, I actually don't build this anymore because it cannot be reforged. You see here, just modified. If they change this in the future, then I would recommend it. But for right now, do not recommend it. He works really well when we put him onto the limited artifact for Tenebria. I think it's called Fairy Tale for a Nightmare. If you don't have that, he works on Daydream Joker. He also works on Kaladra, and this is just a free set. Drop it on him, he'll work out just fine. Now we come to Tamarin. She's useful everywhere. Every one of the expeditions, you can use Tamarin, and I use her into the Hell Raid as well. She works on these stats, even though we don't have a necklace geared up at all. If you can get her to around about 1500 defense and somewhere close to 20k HP, she'll do well. I want to put her at 85% effectiveness. That way she can dispel onto the expeditions and the Hell Raid on Nightmare mode, right? Then anything you have left can go into effect resist. Now I want to run her onto Rod of Amaryllis because I don't have that. I'm using the Magahara's Tome and it's working okay. But really any kind of artifact that will help her heal better is going to be good. Now we have Destina, and I just threw some gear on her because people like her. I don't really like Destina. You want to get as close to 200 effectiveness or effect resist as you can while keeping, 1500 or so defense and 20k or more HP. And then I have her onto the number 3 exclusive equipment for 20% additional combat readiness. I think that's the only one you can really run on her. Um, she doesn't really do well on the other exclusive equipment. And then I am leveling up her friendship, so she has the friendship artifact, but eventually we're going to get her on something else. Next, we have Tamarin, or wait, not Tamarin, the other T, Tenebria. She is only a 5-star. I got her for the Earth Expedition. I like her at, well, 196 is okay. 185 will probably be a little bit better. You want to get her 85% effectiveness. Anything else can go into attack, crit chance, and crit damage, but this is the best gear I can have, and the artifact doesn't matter. Terranor Guard, not finished yet. We have him onto Rage Set. This is going to be for Abyss. I also have him onto Grace of Growth here. Not ready to invest in him yet, but this will be pretty good once I get a helmet and I get a necklace. Senya, just some leftover gear. What you want is attack, HP, defense. Try and get her around about 200, and then you can go with effect resist, or you can go with effectiveness. I want to put her at about 5k attack, 1500 or more defense, and 19,000 HP, and she's going to work great. Right now, just using her for friendship. Edward, can't finish him quite yet. I like to get him onto a speed set. Then, you know what? This rolled 30% health, and this one rolled 22% health. This is just what I can use. Ideally, we want to get him somewhere around about 23 to 25k HP, and then the same thing, around about 100% crit chance, and around about 300% crit damage, and he's going to work out great. The best part is he will basically, with your champion Zerato, solo all of the Hell Raid. If I had a Rowana, that would be even better. That's a team I always use. They've never failed. Edward, champion Zerato, Rowana, Tamarin, and they'll kill everything. It's amazing. And then lastly, I started to build Commander Lorena, but I don't have enough gear yet. Again, we're missing that helmet and we're missing the ring. So today I'm going to try and roll a helmet, preferably I want to roll a helmet that's crit chance. That way we can build up this hero, and she's going to be great for C13, but also she's really good as you go through episode number 3 and 4, so don't be afraid to build Commando Arena. Every one of the heroes we built has some sort of function, and that's important when you're building your brand new account. Every hero that you build, we like the flashy PvP heroes, but we need them to have utility. We need them to be good for conquering a lot of the game that maybe isn't as fun, but that we need to do to play the parts of the game that are fun. Farming catalysts, not the most fun thing to do, but those catalysts will level up the skills on the heroes that you really do want to play. That way you can go into RTA, you go in Arena, and you can just straight up own. Now for today, we're going to come in and we're going to do some helmets. I need to start farming hunts. I've been really into the episodes to try and get into episode number 4, but really need to come in and do the hunts. So what am I going to do today? Well, what I like to do is I like to extract all of the gear, all of the blue gear that I want to use for equipment conversion. I don't think that I have any equipment conversion for the helmets, but I just want a little bit onto the speed and onto the crit chance. Now I do max out at about 1,000. I don't really see a reason to go beyond 1,000 because you need a ton of your materials, your conversion chest, to be able to use up that amount. So everything after that, I'm just going to sell. So when I'm looking at this blue gear, the blue gear is an automatic sell for me. Then if it has more than one flat, like this has flat attack, this has flat defense, this has flat attack again, then I'm not going to keep it. So all of this gear is just going to go. Let's go ahead and try another one. All right, we see some other things. Let's go ahead. We'll go get rid of this. Yep, that'll be okay. We're going to keep going with the speed, but I think that we're probably going to just throw away the crit chance now. So for starting value, I want at least a 23. So I want 3 things that go together. We see attack, crit chance, defense. If this were attack, crit chance, crit damage, then that would be something that I keep, but it's not. If you are going for speed, anything with a 4 speed, you can speed check. This account does not have the resources for speed checking, and even if I get 20 speed, not going to make or break this account, so we're going to get rid of it. Now this one has a flat, so we're going to get rid of that. This one's a sell. This one also going to be a sell. It does not meet my criteria of 23. This one here, not too bad. We see a 25 at speed, effectiveness, HP, speed, effectiveness, defense. These are going to be good on someone like an Angel of Light, maybe even onto a Soul Weaver or onto a Knight that wants to have some debuffs, so we're going to keep that piece. Then we see this piece here, 24, I want at least a 23. Defense, HP, effect, resist. Great combination to have on all of your Knights, all of your Soul Weavers. Really, really good. So this is something I like to keep. Now, ideally, I'd want a speed roll here. If it's effectiveness, that would be okay. But on the plus 12, you have to consider that you're going to modify it. So we need for this to roll really well or it's not worth keeping. Then right here, we see a 27. I want at least a 29. Within 2 points is okay. But attack, effectiveness, crit damage, not a combination that is usable on any heroes. So that's something that we're going to go ahead and throw away. And then we're going to lock these ones down. Not what I'm looking for. So hopefully I get something else. Okay, let's go ahead and we are going to get rid of these right away. Now we see a flat. I'm going to get rid of that. Attack, crit, but we have a flat, so we're going to extract that. Let's go ahead and do that first. Okay, get rid of this. This one you can speed check if you want. Not something that I like to do on these early accounts. Now we see very nice 28. 29 is the highest. We're missing 1% in the defense. Very good helmet. Don't throw these ones away. Like I said, speed, HP, effectiveness, speed, HP, defense, speed, HP, effect, resist. Speed, defense, effect, resist. Those are all very good combinations, especially when you start with a 28. Now we're coming down into here. Speed, defense, HP. I want at least a 23. I get a 21. If this were a 4 speed, I would keep it, but it's not, so we're going to get rid of that. Now, what does this one look like? Nice. Okay. When it comes to epic quality gear, I want 3 things that go together. We see speed, crit chance, attack. Those 3 things go together. This last one here can be an HP, it can be a defense, it can be a crit damage, it can even be effectiveness or effect resist. I'm going to roll this piece. Now, I want it to avoid effect resist and go into one of the other ones, but we're still going to roll that piece of gear. And let's see, can we get a helmet here? I want a crit chance helmet. Come on, bro. Not bad. I want a 29. I get a 29. Not exactly something that I want, though. I want 3 things that go together. This is a crit chance set, so I want to have crit chance somewhere. This is not something that you're going to put on something like a Moonlight Ken, right? Because he doesn't need crit chance. So we have attack, we have speed, we have crit damage. If we can avoid health or avoid crit damage or even avoid speed, I can modify this with a crit chance, and then it might be pretty okay, especially because this is a new account. Let's go in and see what we get on these helmets. Let's roll that one first. Here we go. Give me something good. Okay, we get a max roll into crit damage. We get a not bad roll. It's like a 5, right? So it averages out to 6. Pretty good. Pretty good. If we avoid the speed roll, then we can mod this into crit. We get a 6 here into attack. Very good. Now at a +9, I want a 56. I get a 59 here at 10, right? So really, that's a 58 at +9. So very good. This is something I'm going to keep. I don't think I have... Oh, I do have enough resources. +15. Let's go, baby. Okay. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Come on. At a level 15, I want an 80. I get a 78, which is pretty good. But I have to decide now which one of these I have to go into crit chance. And I don't think that I have crit chance right now. So that's going to be a longer term project. Let's go now into some of these other roles. We get health, defense, effect, resist. I want to have at least a 23. I get a 24. Then I want at least a 32. I get a 31, but I get a very low roll into health. Not something I'm going to keep. Here we go. You guys like speed, right? Triple speed. That's what's going to happen right here, right now. It did not happen. That's okay. That's okay, right? Yeah, it's okay. So I want to have a 32. I get a 36. Perfect. Max roll into effectiveness. We get a +6 into health. Not quite a max roll. I want a 41. I get a 45. Let's go now into the +9. And we get a 13. Was that a 7? I think it was a 7. Now I want a 50. I get a 55. If this were epic level gear, I want a 56. I get a 55. So this is definitely something I'm going to keep. Now, if you have speed set, speed boots, 4 speed on every piece, that's going to be 200 speed. If you want to get to 220, you need 1 roll onto every piece. 240, 2 rolls onto every piece. So this is still something that's salvageable. Maybe we get speed on the +15 roll. At +9, no matter what it rolls here on +12, you have to take it to +15. You just have to. There's no reason to go to this +12 roll. It's probably garbage. You're going to have to mod it. In this case, it'll probably be defense, honestly, so that you have HP, speed, defense, effectiveness, and then we can put it on a great debuffer who's going to be a mid-speed, around about probably 220 to 240. We're going to come back to that one. Next, let's go into this. Same deal, except this one has a much higher starting value. I want a 23. I get a 28. Now we're getting some speed. Triple roll, triple roll. Oh, +2. Come on. Okay. I want a 41. I get a 44. If I get a +4 here, that'll be 13 plus 3 is 16. That means that we could max out at 21. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It did! Did it happen? It sort of happened. It a +3? Yeah, +3. So I got a 3, a 2, and a 3. This gives me an 11, 14. Not too bad. We're definitely going to take this. And let's go ahead, just for you guys. Oh man, should I? I should. Okay, let's do it. Oh no! We did not get all the way, but hey, look at that. Really great roll into health. I want a 74. I get a 74. Pretty good. That 2 speed there hurt just a little bit, but this is still going to come out to 14, which is very nice. Then I think I have a couple more. This helmet, very good helmet. This one comes from the normal raid, right? Normal raid helmet, fantastic. But let's roll this one first. +3, here we go. 3 into crit chance. Now I wanted to start with a 29. I think I got a 31. Now I want a 38. I get a 38. So we started ahead of the game, but then got 2 min rolls. Man, I want a 47. I get a 45. Not amazing. On a new account, as long as it rolls into these top 3, pretty good. I want to have at least 1 roll and a crit chance on every piece. 2 would be nice. What in the world? What is going on? Min on everything? Ah, I want a 56. I get a 52. Not amazing. This is something that you can choose to do if you want. I think it's too far away. I'm going to keep it just in case. Maybe I can mod this into crit damage, but I don't think this is the helmet that you should keep going on. I think this is the helmet that you should give up. But we do have another speed helmet here. Maybe we can get lots of crit chance. 4 into speed. This is a free helmet, don't forget. A 4 in a defense, min roll. Gee, thanks. I had a +6. I want to have a 47. I get a 56, so we're ahead of the game. But that min roll does hurt. Then we get another min roll. I want to have a 56. I get a 64 ahead of the game, but these, they hurt. They hurt so much. At this point, man, what do we even want? Defense, effectiveness. We want to avoid crit chance now. Just go into speed, effectiveness, and we can put it onto a debuffer. Okay, I won a 66. I got a 74. This is going to be more than 80. I think we're probably going to be looking at something like a... I think we're going to look at about an 85. Okay, pretty good. We get an 84. Not bad at all. For level 85 here, I want above an 80. Now, ideally, of course, I want a 90 here, but the 4 into defense, not amazing. Still going to be a great piece. Still going to find a home for it. Now, what else can we roll today? Here we go. We do have a chest plate to roll. I want a 29. I start with a 27. Not too bad. I want a 38 now. I get a 36. If we can avoid crit damage, then I think that's a good piece. Now we run into a big problem. We have health, defense, and crit damage. So maybe you can use this on somebody who doesn't want to crit, but wants to have some debuffs. Something like maybe a Fire Charlotte. That might work. You know, we have HP here, so we don't want to put it on a floppy hat Lilius. This probably doesn't work on a Ken. I mean, maybe it works. If it rolls really high into all these other things. This effectiveness set, not awful. Not something I normally like to keep though. Not bad. At a +9, I want a 56. I get a 57. It's right on track. I just don't know who I'm going to use that on yet. So we're going to go ahead and hold off on it. Let's see what else we have. We got a lot of that free gear that we're definitely going to be rolling. Not a bad defense-based ring here. Not sure who to put that on quite yet, though. Another defense-based ring. Not bad. Not sure who to put that on yet. And then we get into our... Okay. Let's go ahead. We're going to roll this pair of boots. This is a pair of boots that I actually crafted in the crafting event. Now, speed pair of boots on pen set. Very good. I see attack, crit chance, crit damage. Very good. This is almost max, right? Only one away from max. Now, their last stat can be defense or HP. Now, if it goes into a lot of defense, then we can pivot to a bruiser type. If it goes into a lot of attack, so many heroes can use it, especially something like a Zahak. Very good. Something like a Spirit Eye Celine or a Rylet. You know, a lot of heroes that can use a single target attack and pen set. Sid, Green Sid comes to mind. So let's go ahead and we're going to roll this one. And you know what we're going to do? All the way to +15. So satisfying. Let's go. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Max roll into crit chance. Then we get a 6 and a 5 into crit damage. That's okay. Then a 6 and a 5 into defense. This is something that maybe you might want to reset since it didn't go into attack. That might be a candidate for reset. But if we go into Reforge, it's not bad. 12 onto crit chance, 21 crit damage, 23 onto the defense. Maybe a Tenebria might look good here. And you know what we're going to do? There's one more thing that I do want to show you today. Don't forget World Arena. This account cannot World Arena. Come in, click Find Opponent, and then what we're going to do is we are just going to yield every single one of them. Now, that will put you into bronze. Once you get into bronze, once you're not into your placement anymore, it's going to be a free 2,000 conquest points. Okay, it looks like I can't find anyone right now, but let's go ahead and go into ranking and go to season rewards. At least come in and get bronze, 1,000 conquest points. You're going to get a frame, and you're also going to get a background. Very good. But what I want to show you is in your Hall of Fame. Come into your Hall of Fame. Make sure you get this ring. It's completely free. It's going to be fantastic, and it's going to roll really, really well. It starts at a 42. That is really high starting value, and it's a very good piece of equipment that you can get 100% for free. Don't forget. Let's go now. We're going to come in +15. Give me something good. 820,000. I spent 5 million gold already. Give me something good. Wow. What was that? 30 HP, 9 crit, 8 crit damage, and 1 roll into speed. I want at least a 90. I get a 97. It's an amazing piece of gear. Now we do have to put it on somebody who's going to be kind of bruiser, that's going to have an attack main stat, 30 HP, and wants to crit. But amazing, amazing ring. Don't forget, come in and get your World Championship ring. Now, what are we going to do in our next videos? I'm going to be going into episode number 4. I'm also going to be rolling more gear and building more heroes. It is going to take a little bit of time because we do have to do quite a lot of farming, but it's going to be worth it as we start to challenge more difficult content, get more rewards, and then build up to that RTA level where we're really going to go in and start to do what we want to do and have fun playing Epic 7. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Give me a like so other people just like you can find it as well. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck on your battles.